Hey, what's up, guys? This is Cosmic Jellybean, and today we're going to be talking about Torchlight 3 or Torchlight Frontiers, whatever people want to call it. Let's be honest, guys. Okay, so you guys know that when I talk about games and when I play these games, whatever, it comes from a lot of experience. You guys know that I've played just about every action RPG out there, and I'm gonna have to say that it doesn't feel impactful. And I don't know if that's enough to say that I don't recommend a game or whatever, but just hear me out. All right. So the game is a Torchlight game, and Torchlight games are definitely known for just being like really fun and just having unique features and stuff like that, whatever. But the send pet to town to sell items, whatever, isn't kind of enough. It just doesn't really feel like a Torchlight game. And I know that may be, I know that may be like reaching, I guess, like for some people, or but like to me, it doesn't feel like, it doesn't give you the feeling that Torchlight 2 or Torchlight 1 kind of gave me or whatever. It doesn't feel as fluent. Now, I'm not sure if that's because it's still in early access. I'm not sure what early access means for this game. I don't know if that means like, hey, we're still working on it, but you can get early access. Like, I don't know if it's like an early release type thing or when the game's due to release. So keep that in mind or whatever, that I'm making this video without knowing whether it's, going to be released or if this is like an early release or something like that. I just don't know. But as it stands now, I don't think it's worth spending in 30 bucks. Now, mind you, I don't regret spending my 30 because I just really love stuff like this, and it was a breath of fresh air or whatever to try something different or whatever. But the way some of the classes work and the skills or whatever, it just doesn't seem finished. It seems as if you're playing Torchlight 2 with a bunch of mods. Now, let's talk about the Rail Master, right? You see how as I move, the rail continues to like to follow me or whatever. I'm actually spawning this rail. Now, I don't know about you guys or whatever, but that it doesn't feel good at all. Now, if they had it so I would have to hit one and rebuild every couple of areas or something like that, or maybe build out a small radius or something like in this area, like maybe build a triangle or something so my train can go around and hit everything in this area, or able to go back and forth during a long rail or something like that, back and forth. That would be more realistic. And maybe if they wanted the train to follow you later, they could have had a perk or something that allowed the train to be able to move freely without a track, so no longer requiring a track, versus allowing this thing to just follow you like this. I don't know what it is, but it's triggering the hell out of me. And I don't know if you guys feel the same. The actual skills and stuff for the train, they don't feel impactful. I played a couple other classes, and there were some classes I can't play, like some the other melee classes, they just don't feel good. The bow class feels really good, the archer or whatever. But if you're doing any type of melee, like when I use this character and I use the hammer, it only feels impactful because of the on hit effect where the lightning comes out, right? But you don't feel like you're hitting anything. Like if I switch to like a sword and a shield or something like that, nothing feels impactful. Okay, the hammer slightly feels impactful. When I use some of the skills, I'm not quite sure if the skills are going on. Sometimes it's too much stuff going on. Like this skill right here is your relic skill. Well, the relic skill that I decided to use. It feels impactful, but you don't like it. You can see that it's actually doing damage to things, but it doesn't feel like you're doing anything. It doesn't feel special when you use it, other than mobs health dropping. So it's kind of like they haven't got the combat system down yet. And they need to find a way to make it more impactful. I think something like screen shake would do this game huge justice. But let's talk about other things. The potion system's really cool. So it's not all negatives. I've just named some things or whatever why that made the game feel weird to me. And it's almost like, so when the game doesn't, like right now, I have no clue what's going on. I don't know if it's because it's too much stuff on the screen or what, but there's times where I'm clicking. It doesn't happen that much with the two-handed hammer. The two-handed hammer is like an exception. Let me see if I can guess grab. anything else. Actually, I don't really have anything. Let me check my pet. Okay, so we have this little mace here. We'll just grab this and we'll make sure that, actually, let's see if we can actually pull this out of there, because the last thing I want to do is send him to sell that. Okay, so we got this mace. So as you can see, he just, every once in a while, he just stops attacking. Or if the mobs are moving, oh my goodness, it's a nightmare. Like the hammer, it's not that big of a deal. The lightning that you see is a perk from my train, which is actually pretty cool. Shocking them back and forth or whatever. But when the mobs aren't moving, it's okay, but it still doesn't feel like I'm actually doing anything. Like I can't see the mob's health move from my regular auto attack, so the regular auto attacks just seem really weak with one-handers. But at the top you can kind of see the health trickling down, but you're not sure if that's you or your pets or your train and stuff like that. I'm not sure if that's like a bug. Maybe they need to readjust how damage works so it can feel a little bit more impactful. It's just weird. So I'm just going to, like, for now, I'm going to continue playing and continue trying to get higher up in level and stuff like that. But at the moment, I just can't recommend it. It just doesn't feel like a Torchlight game. It doesn't feel like I'd rather you guys spend money to buy Diablo. And then I know some people are just like, really, Diablo? Like it can't be that bad or whatever. It just doesn't feel good. Like I wasn't excited to get any of this stuff. I don't really, for any of the classes, like I'm just not excited about it, to be honest. And I'm a little bit more excited to play something like a Diablo season, which you guys know I hate seasons and stuff like that or whatever, than to kind of play this. Like it kind of just feels like that. And I don't mean to be so negative in this or whatever, but if anyone else is playing, please let me know in the comments down below how you feel about the game so far. And like I said, I don't mean to be negative with the game. I don't mean to like discourage people from playing it or whatever. Like I said, I don't regret spending my $30 because I just, like, the joy that it gave me the first time that I played it, I guess that was kind of worth it. But then again, I thought it was gonna go higher. Like, all right. So I'm about to give you guys some more stuff. Like, I don't want the video to be like super negative or anything like that, or whatever. But man, it feels like a cell phone game, and then like that's the truth, and that's really what I wanted to say. But I just didn't want to like poo on them or anything like that, or piss people off or whatever. But you see the map or whatever. Let me see if I can. Actually, can I? So you see the map, you progress through this area, and as you get farther or whatever, you go and you reach a higher area, and it's kind of goofy. Okay, so these are the maps. It just feels like a cell phone game. Like, I don't know why they would lay it out like this, like especially in this type of climate. And what I mean by that, whatever, is just like, this is how all the cell phone MMORPGs are kind of laid out. So I'm not sure what they were going for. I don't know if they were just like trying to target that community. A lot of developers are always motivated by money and stuff like that. Back in the day, developers made games and stuff like that because they have passion for gaming. Most of the developers back in the day wanted to actually play games. They really enjoyed the games, and that's why they actually made them. Where you had World of Warcraft have like the huge success, and then people were just like, oh, then corporate started to realize that, hey, there's massive amounts of money. Like, this isn't just a hobby for geeks or whatever that work other tech jobs and stuff like that, or work for big Fortune 500 companies that have extra money to you know, make their own little small studio or whatever and make games, because that's what it was back in the day. And now, after World of Warcraft, well, I wouldn't say just World of Warcraft. There's a success of tons of stuff like League of Legends, the success of things like Fortnite, PUBG, like all of those or whatever, has switched when they basically blew up and showed the world that they were super profitable. What happens is you get a surge of people that know nothing about games. And I'm not saying that the people that made Torchlight doesn't know anything about games or whatever, right? But what I'm saying is it's so money driven now that even the people that have passion for the games or whatever, and that want to create something nice, don't really have say in what they create anymore. I think the last place or whatever that I see something like that going on is where someone's creating something that they want and they don't care about anyone else or whatever, as far as like, you know, someone telling them, oh, you can't do this, we need to make a lot more money or something like that. It's like Star Citizen. Now I know that's crazy to say Star Citizen because of how much the chips and stuff like that cost or whatever, but you don't have to buy those chips. You can actually jump in Star Citizen, and it's still in beta. That's just if you want to support them or whatever without them having a big overhead or something like EA telling them, hey, you can't do this because we need to do this or whatever to please these shareholders and this and that or whatever. So yeah, I feel like the game was definitely made trying to capture, you know, the youth and people that play cell phones, because, you know, cell phone games make a lot of money, believe it or not. They make a crap load of money, and everybody wants in on it. Everybody wants in on it, even Blizzard, everybody, every game company out there. But I just feel like this is a cell phone game. It doesn't feel that good at all, to be honest. And them advertising that, like, you know, you can see people in cities and stuff like that or whatever, that never really mean anything to me, especially in a game like this. You have games like C9 where you could go out in the world or whatever and then come back and see people. Like things like Dragon Nest did it better. There's just a lot of different ways they could have went about this, to be honest, and I just don't think this is it. It feels like a cell phone game. It doesn't feel like an actual Torchlight game. It feels oddly weird. Like, I know the other Torchlights were kind of like, I don't know, it just feels a lot more linear than the other Torchlights. I don't have anything else to say, guys. Please go crazy in the comments. Tell me how you feel about the game. Tell me how you feel, even if you haven't played the game, but you've actually watched other people play the game. How do you feel about it? Like, when I was watching videos, I didn't feel that excited. Like, I didn't think it was like, oh, but I think a lot of times you have to play it for yourself and then, you know, see things from your perspective or whatever to kind of understand and see if you're gonna like a game. It's kind of like bad movies, their opinions, right? So you have tons of people that say, oh yeah, this movie's bad, and then you have another half of people that say that this is the best movie they ever seen in their life. So you can't just take your advice or whatever from, you know, other people, because maybe what they like or what they expect out of a game could be completely different. So definitely give it a try if you think so. I won't recommend it, but I don't recommend that you don't buy it either if you're a action RPG fanatic. I think that the game is a game. I feel like it is a game. It wasn't the game that I was expecting it to be. Now, mind you, I'm only level 15. Like I said, I'm going to continue to play, and I will make videos later on or whatever if my opinion changes. But, you know, this is typically how it works. I'm just giving you guys my opinion right now, you know, and then later on maybe I'll make another video letting you know if anything changed. If I make it, maybe I make it to end game and nothing's changed, and I guess say, hey, I'm done with making videos for this game. There's nothing really to make, or nothing I feel like it's worth for me to make it or whatever, just because I'm not enjoying myself. And that's how I make videos. I make videos based on what I enjoy, and that's always how this channel is going to be. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Peace out. This has been Cosmic Jelly Bean.